Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. So at this point, we do need to make a choice. So first of all, yeah, we need to cut one in half. But basically the choice we need to make is I cannot just keep extending this piece infinitely. So at this point, I feel like it is better if we would, for example, move it like this. And then maybe we'll just have like something in here to or block it up. Or what we can do is we can rotate it. And if we are very careful, we can perfectly line everything up so that when we rotate it, we can simply move it down here and it will still like flow over properly. However, these pieces will also be like their own single planks, so it should not be too difficult to do something like that. For the other piece, however, what we're going to do is let's grab our walkway straight over here. Let's go ahead and duplicate it. And let's add a new collection. Walkway underscore straight underscore short. Let's turn off the old one. And for this one, well, there's already like an exact center line pretty much. So all we need to do is we just need to go to face mode, select all of this, and delete it. That's pretty much it, for now at least. And then what you can do is, yeah, so you can, if you want, I don't know, bridge edge loops over here. And then if we go ahead and, let's see, let's do a bridge edge loop here. Don't know this, yeah, it does not allow me to do that. We can do one here. Oh, it's because I'm using Control once again to select, which I always forget that I should really not do. Here's a cool one. So over here we have too many vertices, as you can see. Or don't we? Oh, no, wait. No, we don't. Never mind. Just ignore what I just said. I'm going to move this one up, however. Select these two bridge edge loops and select these two bridge edge loops. There we go. Good enough for now. It's just going to be a blockout. So, and we're going to remake all of this anyway. So this one is going to be our walkway straight underscore short. There we go. So that will go ahead and that will fix that one. So walkway straight short. Let's add this in here. Import. Perfect. And then this one, I think we can just use grid snapping because it should all fit together. There we go. And for now, I'm just going to snap it like this because I know that we'll place this properly later on. So, okay, so we have our walkway over here. That's pretty cool because it's already like a little bit higher. Now, this one, we're going to go ahead and we're going to have, once again, like a door. And then we will just have like probably 2 shop windows in here. So I'm going to go in. And I think I will do like a normal door. So we will keep this one a little bit lower. So let's grab like a normal door. Oh, sorry, this is a window. I need to grab a door B over here. Okay, so we grab a normal door. Wow, that feels really small. It does feel really small compared to like what we have over here, but I can make it work. So we'll have like one door here. What if we then do like one? Yeah, you know what? I think for these pieces it's better if we do like a larger door. Because else everything just does not really fit together properly. So we will have one door over there. Then we will have one window sitting here. And then my idea is to have another one that is going to be like a store window wide over here. And maybe it would, in this case, be beneficial if we scale this one up a little bit. So that it kind of like fits together a bit better. And then we can like move it in. Now, I don't know if exactly that will work nicely, but we will see. So we got this one over here. Yeah, I think I might want to make my door a little bit wider, but that's something we will balance this out a little bit later on. So then it will have like an extra piece, and then we go ahead and we can start by creating our balcony floor straight. So let's do that one. I want to make that one based upon the shortest version, which means that it will become this length. So if we go plain wall extra small short, let's add a cube. And this cube is basically, let's do incremental snapping over here. Here, let's see. So this cube, it's going to be Let's do, so normally it was 12, right? So this one is like 6 meters, I believe. Yes, 6 meters. 0.5. Oh no, sorry. This one needs to be 3, actually. I think. That one I'm just guessing. 0.5. 0.4 maybe. So 0.4. And now we can basically need to turn off our snapping because we can no longer do incremental snapping. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go to my Maxivis tools, add a pivot, snap to vertices and just snap it down here. And then set all of this back to 0, 0, 0. So that one works like that. Okay, so let's see if that balcony sticks out far enough. So we can use this one. We can add a new collection. Call this one balcony underscore floor. Over here. Select it. And export this. So this will be balcony underscore floor. Okay, let's see. Let's see how we're going to do this. So, we will have our balcony floor. Let's rotate at 90 degrees. So this balcony floor will basically sit up until probably this point over here. And now I just kind of like need to guess how high it will be. I think this high should be fine. Now we are basically going to just duplicate this over here. Okay, so it looks like that we need to have a balcony floor like this after all. But that's no problem. And else we can always do like some scaling. Okay, so the next thing is that when I look at this, that is a very short area. So we want to make this one a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and go in here and turn on our grid snapping again. Let's make it 2 longer. Let's see. Because they can be longer. It's not like it doesn't have supports. So that should be fine. So let's try that again. Re-import. Here, you. I want to grab you and place you over here. Yeah, that seems like quite a nice area so that you can walk around and everything. So that's pretty good. Now I'm already going to just quickly place some of these windows over here. And these are going to be our smaller windows. So it will be store window, no. Oh yeah, wait, here it is. Small window. So we will have this one. And actually, you know what? This one kind of like, it can use a bigger window. When I see this, I do feel like it can use some windows. But I think that we can use upscaling for this. I think we can basically just scale this up to basically get it to our correct size without it feeling wrong. So we got this one. Let's start by just setting one in the center because we want to have 3. So 1, 2. Yeah, here. See, that feels a lot better if we do something like that. 3. So we got these 3 pieces. Then we have this one around here. And then we have like a lower one sitting down here. So that feels pretty decent. Only I want to make my door a little bit wider. Which I've already mentioned it like 3 times now. So I'm just really annoyed by it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my door A. And I'm just already going to do that now. So let's set this to 2.5 grid, or here, just a little bit wider. It doesn't need to be too precise. And door B. Let's do the same, like that. Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and export door B. And now we can also go ahead and we can file, export FBX door A. See, that feels a lot better. Yeah, here, that feels a lot better. And it doesn't, and it also still does not feel too big or anything like that. Okay, perfect. So we got those pieces, so we got those. Now what we're going to do is we are going to work on then our balcony fences. So we've got that one done. Yeah, so our balcony fences. And for that one, I'm going to make it very easy right now. Yeah, let's just make it like a very basic one. If we open up our balcony floor over here, right now the size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that is a little bit unfortunate that we cannot just go 6 by 6. Yeah, no, we can't. We can't go 6 by 6. That would be too much. In that case, go in here, Shift A, mesh, and just create like a basic cube. And we're basically going to just move this cube down here. In terms of the size, I kind of like need to guess for now, and then I can later on just move that properly. So let's do something like this. And then basically what we will do is we will have one, let's have one large post on this side. So this post, just press a little blue angle to basically set it into the right location. And I will go ahead and I will move this properly later on. So we will have one large post. And then what we will have is we will have one much thinner post like this. And this post is basically just sitting probably this distance. And then finally we will also have another one that if we hold Ctrl, that is rotated like this. And we just move this down. We grab this side and just in like increments, just set it to roughly those increments. And now for this piece over here, what you can do just to make it even, is you can add a modifier and you can add an array modifier. And if you go ahead and set this modifier on the y-axis to like 2 or more, like until we have like a default spacing, so maybe like 3.5. And then we can just go ahead and we can like set how many pieces we want to have here. Let's go ahead for 9 because we need to leave some space over for this large piece over here. And then you can press Ctrl A. So at this point, the balcony floor, we can just move down. These pieces over here, what we can do is we can press Ctrl J to basically combine them all together. Then you guessed it, add a pivot, snap to vertices and snap this one over here. Turn off edit pivot again, and now we can go ahead and in our transform, we can set this to 0, 0, 0. And we can go ahead and use this one. So right click, new collection. Let's call this collection balcony underscore fence underscore straight. We can go ahead and what I actually want to do with this one is I actually want to go ahead and I want to go to press 3. Oh, I don't have my shortcut set up. So there is this shortcut. If you set this up, if you go preferences, key maps, and just press select linked. And we want to have this under our mesh. And here we have select linked. And okay, right now it's L. I want to actually set this to, I think it's this one, right? Yeah, I think it's this one. I can double check. So if I press L, no, Ctrl L. Okay, so Ctrl L is the one. Because yeah, they have the same name, of course. Select linked mesh Ctrl L. I want to set this to 4. Because I'm used to using 4 to basically select everything like this. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and, or you can press P, which will separate it. Or what I like to do once again is I like to mesh, separate, selection. Here, let's add these to quick favorites because I am stubborn and I just want to use menus. There we go. And the reason I'm doing this is that this one, we can do like a simple export. So this will be balcony fence straight. But then what we can do is we can also just select this single one and export that one also and call this balcony fence beam. And doing it this way, we don't need to make any extra models. We can just quickly grab that one model and we have 2 for the price of 1. So if we now go ahead and just import these pieces in here. Import all. Here we go. Let's nicely throw this one in here. Rotate this 90 degrees. Oh, turn off my grid snapping. I can't really use grid snapping right now. And for this stuff, we don't really need grid snapping. We can just go ahead and we can just nicely move it until it all fits together. And then over here in these pieces, well, actually for these ones, we can just do this. Because it needs to go down in here anyway. So let's do this one. But then over here, if you want, you can go ahead and turn this into like a balcony beam. And you can have like a nice closure off like this. So you can just kind of like close this off as if that it is going inside of our mesh. And then over here, this one is a bit more tricky because we already have a thick beam here. So we kind of just want to go ahead and invert this one. As you can see over here. And okay, so that one is a little bit showing up in near the end, which I don't like. So let's see if I move this in. I need to kind of like move this one in over here. And then I kind of just need to scale this in. You won't notice small scalings like that. Oh, but I don't like that. So let's move this in a bit more. Here, so... But then if we just scale multiple of these, like a little bit, so we move this one in. And we do then the same over here. That kind of like all evens out when you do something like that. And then you can use like your balcony pole over here. Like that. So as you can see, now we have like a balcony. And then what I can also notice that, okay, so this balcony is a little bit high. Not too high, like here you can see that your arms kind of like need to be, or you need to be around your waist. So we need to go a little bit lower for this. But for this, we can just go ahead and we grab both of these. Go to edit mode. Select all of this. Simply move it down. And then if we go ahead and we just go ahead and export this. So balcony fence straight. See, that works a bit better. And then we can also go in here and just grab this single one again. File, export, FBX, balcony fence beam. Like that. And we have ourselves a pretty good balcony. Okay, save scene. Now, those beams that we have, so those extra bits over here. It would be nice if we can just reuse our generic beam for this. And like maybe scale it down a little bit. Because once again, it just saves time. If we, the more that we can reuse, the more it will simply save time. So if I do this. And also over here. We might later on need to also like make a nicer version of this. I think for this one I also need to. I need to start by moving this down. And I just need to scale this in. Because it's not going to work else the way that I want it to. Okay, so we got these ones. I'm going to make it a little bit thinner. Here you can just scale it. Just like in Blender, you can also scale it on these two axes simply by pressing the little square in between. So let's say we have something like this. Let's move it. And unfortunately we don't have an array mode, so I can just always do this where I like just split it up into two. And let's see. No, that's not too bad. That actually does work quite well. So we can go ahead and save our scene. So over here, what do we have now? Balcony beam, blockout, balcony straight, blockout. The angled ornate overhead would be next one. But let's first of all see if this all works. So we have our roof. Yeah, actually our roof is fine. So if we have these pieces, I just want to see if everything works. So there's quite like a flat piece over here. We will have some text in here just to fill it up. We have our balcony sitting over here. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, so we have a fence here. And that is pretty cool. So yeah, you can imagine like a cowboy. He's just like kind of like walking across this area. Maybe we want to move this one a bit forward. But we are going to later on split all of these houses up into their own little house that we can then move around and we can place and everything. And just have everything look correct. So that's pretty good. I'm going to save my scene. What we will do in the next chapter is we will get started by doing like this tilted overhead that we have over here. Do some smaller pieces like over here, our stair and everything. and then just make sure that everything works quite well, and also maybe like work on like a larger building. So let's go ahead and continue with that in our next chapter.